run on other teams' scrubs. They make their own parts. They're from West Lafayette, Indiana, and Hoosiers. Yeah, they know how to do it. Not Hoosier Tires, but Hoosier the indigenous state citizen. Showing right now, this is my boy, my Persian brother from another mother, Ramin Abdulwahabi in the Pros Tuning Evo 8.
I'm not going to be able to say his last name.
I'm so excited that there's a Persian in Time Attack other than the loudmouth behind the mic.
Now, that car, it doesn't look very lightweight, though. I mean,
no, you're a very astute observation there, Ukes. That is actually a road race car. That is not designed for time attack. It is more of a wheel-to-wheel car. Ramin telling us it weighs some 3,000 pounds. 133.665. He's about 6 seconds off pace from yesterday. He ran a 127. Very, very fast for that car. He says in optimal conditions he has another three seconds in that car. I'm a little worried, though, with Ramin here and myself, with two Persians here in Palm Beach, with somebody could claim a terror cell. I'm just here to say we want to be everyone's friends. We just want to be happy. Go, go, America. That's all I'm saying right now. Daniel O'Donnell's fastest lap, 126.821. Still not as fast as his 125.9 that he ran yesterday. What's going on there, Ukes?
Oh, I think he took his time to get to the track this morning. Apparently he had a Belgian waffles, and he didn't show up to the driver's meeting, so I think he's a little off because of that.
Yes, he is. Daniel O'Donnell posting on his Facebook that his most exciting moment here was going swimming in the ocean with his mom. He went swimming in the Atlantic with his mom. And I'm like, really, Daniel? You didn't get excited about the global time attack? I guess this is just old hat for him, setting track records over and over and over again.
The funny thing is, when I talked to him about breaking records, he's pretty nonchalant about it.
He is. A lot of other drivers. I heard a lot of other pro drivers, Jeff Westphal, saying he is a very, very competent shoe. Not a pro driver, but still very, very fast. We're showing Ramin Abdulwahabi in the Pros Tuning Evo 8. He's running a Hoosier R6 slick, I believe, on that car.
And when you look at that car, it's really well made. It's almost show quality.
It is. That is a, boy, I want to say it's an APR wide body kit on that car.
It is.
No body kit on this car. We're showing Daniel O'Donnell's time, but that is actually John Miller in the Arsenal Auto Sport Scion FRS street rear-wheel drive, currently in third place in street rear-wheel drive.
It looks like a midget version of like a Aston Martin. Like for a second.
It does. It does. It's got a Hyundai Genesis thing to it, Aston Martin thing going on. Looks like one of those. No offense to the Chinese Americans here in the audience, but looks like one of those little Chinese cars that they sort of looks like another car, but not quite. Like Geely makes that car that looks like a Range Rover, but it's not quite a Range Rover. It's a Range Rover, I guess they would call it.
Range Rover.
So we also have, we're seeing that Arsenal Auto Sport car out there. I said he was in third place, but I believe now he's in fourth place. I believe Whit Staples bumped him off of the podium right now, so John's going to have to do some work in that stock FRS.
Yeah, he's got about 3 times the horsepower as the FRS.
He's going to have to get Nero and the boys from Titan out here to drop that 2JZ transplant in.
Now, would that be legal to the rules?
No, you're right, Ukes. Thank you for calling me out on my own rules. No engine swaps in street classes, unless it's for an existing car. If you drive a Lancer, you could put an Evo engine in, something like that. But I don't think
who would do that.
I know. I don't know who would do that too. The 4G63. This is Ramin Abdulwahabi in the Pros Tuning Evo 8, running as fast as a 127 yesterday. I believe he was running a 133. And I have a breaking news report. It looks like Ashley Baker is going to be changing her shirt, so I'm not going to say anything for a few minutes.
If you guys want to come up here and watch it, you guys can
like
do that.
A slack-jawed local looking at Ashley Baker. The lovely Ashley Baker from Baker Media Communications. Oh, wow. Now
and then,
she's
John, you have to wear it.
HRE giving away women's T-shirts today, but right now, Abdulwahabi, fastest lap, 129.346, fastest lap of the day. Still not his fastest lap overall of the weekend with his 127 and change that he ran yesterday. Doug, our timing and scoring director, shaking his head when I say 127 and change. I'm sure it's a more accurate time from yesterday. Doug, our timing and scoring director, telling me that Ramin Abdulwahabi just got his racing license 2 months ago. He was a time trial guy, which is what the license requirements that we require. Director Henry saying, where did he buy it from? Is that a dig on Persians there, Henry? But leave the jokes to me, Henry. Here's we see Daniel O'Donnell getting all sorts of hot in there and 126.821. Not as fast as a 125.9
He's just
that he
getting
ran
close to
yesterday.
that 125 that he had before.
He's
So it's
chipping away. I don't know if
maybe it's just
conditions-
that trip to the beach or the Belgian waffle that caused it.
He's too mellow. He's got to get back into fighter stance. I wonder if the heat is affecting these cars. I wonder if the humidity and the ambient temperature is affecting the actual track temp too.
It is a little hotter than it was yesterday. Yesterday was overcast or cloudy the whole time.
We did have a damp track. We did have a green track. I don't know how much rubber they're going to be able to lay down on the track as the track rubbers in, so to speak. And Ashley Baker would tell me that's what she said.
And they're going through that Formula D part where there's plenty of rubber right there.
They don't have problem laying down all sorts of rubber. I saw Ryan Sage yesterday from Formula Drift. He's wearing a bandana over his mouth, and I said, I guess that's a good thing. He said, I'm just waiting for the class action suit 50 years from now. We're looking like we have about 10 more minutes left in this session, and then we're going to have session 4. We're going to have a short break and show you session 4. Right now, we're showing you John Miller in the Arsenal Autosport Scion FRS, world's first Scion time attack car.
Ooh,
and
there he goes.
Daniel O'Donnell getting all sorts of loose. You got to get the car to rotate around that turn 10, turn 11 to get set up for turn 11 to get the speed down this front straight. As we see Daniel O'Donnell carrying the speed, he is chasing away at that 125.9. I don't know if he's going to be able to improve. Heavy braking into one there.
And he's probably the only Evo 7 in time attack in North America, correct?
Is that an Evo 7?
It's an Evo 7, yeah.
It's an Evo something. I don't know if it's a Mackinnon edition or an IX or a 10 or whatever they call them. I thought there was a Vin Diesel Triple X edition, but I guess that's just one of the... is that the Evo 30?
The Triple X edition.
Or that could be a movie that I got in my hotel room last night. Please, I'm expensing that back because that was research. That was research. This is Ramin Abdelbahavi coming around in the Pros Tuning Evo 8. Ramin carrying a lot of speed down that front straight, seeing if he can improve 127 very fast. He says there's another 3 seconds in that car. 124, 121.64 from Ramin Abdelbahavi.
Where did he get the 5 seconds?
He shortcutted the course. Something had to happen. Us Persians are shady characters. I'm not going to deny it. Can we check Ramin's time and make sure that is correct? Very fast. Oh, now we're seeing a 128.785, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if that was a 121 or not. We're going to confirm that time. Doug telling us that was a 128 is the time that we're seeing. Producer Daryl getting me all excited. I thought a Persian just dominated time attack. Take that, America. Here comes Iran.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you really want to yell that out loud.
I know, maybe not. I'm flying later tonight. I do not want Homeland Security. I do not want the full cavity search from the TSA.
All right, looks like Dan O'Donnell's going down on his cooldown also. So
hard to tell right now from this angle. Here we're showing producer Nolan giving us a great shot of Daniel O'Donnell behind the fence down that back straight. Apologies, we could not get the cameras over there. We wanted to stand on the track. Somebody, the people at NASA said that might not be the safest thing.
Hands up, hands out, so he's coming in.
Or he could be signifying black power. I'm not entirely sure. Here we see Ramin Abdelbahavi going down the back straight. Daniel O'Donnell, fastest lap, 126, 621, I believe, or 821, not entirely sure. Does not improve on his time yesterday. Only car in street all-wheel drive. What we're looking at right now is Ramin Abdelbahavi in the Pros Tuning Evo 8. Ramin carrying the speed down that front straight. Very mildly modified 4G63. Serious roll cage set up for wheel-to-wheel duty.
With a Garrett GT35.
Garrett GT35. Yukio Taira pulling double duty here. But we're trying to get him to be Switzerland here because we have support from Descendant Racing, Synergy Turbo, as well as Garrett Turbo.
Oh, we're all friendly with each other.
You guys take a little bit of a different tack from Synergy. They do a little bit of a different setup, more for street class based cars. And you guys are doing those screamers like we see on Daigo Saito's car. That car looks like it will suck in some of the alligators here, huh?
Yeah, no, we do a lot of the custom high horsepower applications. So we have a total of 12 Formula Drift drivers out here representing us, and then we have 3 global time attack drivers representing us here this weekend. So, you know, it's a good representation. We really support any other manufacturer of turbocharger. We really like to see more turbochargers out there, whether it's ours or our competitors. It's, you know, it helps out, and globally turbocharging has become more popular. So you'll start seeing more and more factory cars with turbochargers.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Hartmut Fail you were speaking to him about that. The Mercedes, the BMWs, the Audis, they used to go for high displacement engines.
Yep.
Then they went to add the supercharger. Now they're going to smaller displacement with a twin turbocharger.
Yeah, you can cheat the mileage that way a little bit.
Which is crazy. You can get the emissions. It gets a little bit better emissions, which is ironic too, because all the Japanese manufacturers in the 80s were producing cars that had large turbos 80s and early 90s, and they couldn't qualify for emissions, and they had to remove the turbochargers from their cars.
Well, and then turbocharger technology